It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Let the postseason begin. We're underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
On one, ready?
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Stop.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
From the 34. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Oh, ready. Let the hot, let the hot.
On first down, they'll run. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Stroud throwing here on first. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here on first down. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun, Stroud. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Why, Tony. Let the hot, let the hot.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Touchdown, Houston. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Cut.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that
go
a long ways towards doing it.
And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
3rd and long. Here's Burrow. He's trying to push the field. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. So he sends this one out of bounds, and that's going to put the upcoming drive at the 35-yard line. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Second and 8. Fits it through the middle. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. 2-2 Atwell, now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
On 1, ready?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And the Texans are going to take over after the interception.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge.
It is in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 20-zip lead. Tank Dell, the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
I'm one, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
11 MT, 11 MT. Let's get set. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Burrow setting up the play action. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Play action now. Burrow. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. George Kittle, the touchdown! Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Free up the middle, it's a breakaway! The 40! Into the red zone! And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2 points.
Well, I know you, Kate, and you know me, and I think we would both sign up for this kind of track meet. One side of it scampers all the way down the field with a big play. The other side, they don't hang their head for a second. Instead, they block it, and they scamper it all the way back the other way for 2 on the board.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go.
On play action, here's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Went way outside there, trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
And they get this down to the 28. We've reached the end. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Stroud off the play fake. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans make it a 24-point ball game. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm fine, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
11. Hot.
Now we give left side to Bigsby. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
11. Gun.
Shotgun snap, a kick to Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Here we go. Hot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He completes it in traffic. And what a hit there. Ouch, he pays the price for moving the chains that time. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. 11. Hot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Diving right side, got it!
Here we go.
Working quickly here.
11.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Oh, no, they get him yet again! There he goes, right sideline! And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown! That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get set.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Catch is made down the right sideline.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down. He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. McPherson at the point after. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 2 J.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it up to the 44. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds a man right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston first. They're set up at the 35 now.
All right.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
All right. Why, Tony?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
It's a dime look defensively from the Bengals. Third down.
Look hot.
Here's Stroud now. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the Houston touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Texans grow their lead yet again.
Bengals 13.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30.
On 2, ready?
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's get set. God.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Burrow setting to throw. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown.
1-1, ready?
And now the Bengals offense
11,
still on the
11.
field. We'll see them go for 2.
Will line up for the 3-point
To throw again, it's Burrow. And they pick him off again. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
44, Bengals 19. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
All right. Robbie.
From the gun, Stroud. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
South.
First down, Stroud. This one quickly to Dell. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Stroud throwing here on first. Taking his shot deep down the field. And he's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Houston. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. On first down, here's Burrow. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be second down.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Aubrey puts it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Here we go.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
The kickoff for Cincinnati.
With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him.
At their own 19-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
All right.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll run now on second down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Stroud. He puts everything behind this. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Texans continue piling on to this lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
MT, take. Just set.
Burrow from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And it's going to be second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate.
Here we go.
You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kaiser White has it. And the Texans have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Back to the well again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Has a lane inside the 25. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Gun. Dot. 11. Dot.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they pick him off again. Picked off by HOU. And the Texans take possession of the football. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Back-to-back carries here. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We got 2nd and 15. Running it after the penalty. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Nothing for them on the play, and it leaves them in a rough spot. 3rd and 15.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Dump off caught by his back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
On 4th down, they'll bring out Blake Gillikin to punt it away. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Little too much on that effort. And the Bengals will get the football at the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
11 MT tape. Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, it's a get to Bigsby. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Here we go.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running left with Bigsby. Open space inside the 40. And they'll finally get him down at the 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they pick him off again. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he takes this one back for the pick six. That pick six ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Texans continue adding on to that lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
On 2.
This, our last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
A give right side, here's Bigsby. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the... They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Gun. Dot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... Oh, no, they get him yet again! Picked off by HOU. And the Texans take over on his 11th interception of the campaign.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all. Not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Ready up.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's a give up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Ready? 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another carry for him. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They give it to him again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's how to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
The Texans set to punt. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose! And Houston returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Texans continue adding to an insurmountable lead. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side. Heck, maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to hit. And their sole mission is to separate you from the ball at full speed. And if they're lucky, well, they're lucky they can return it back to the house for 6.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tack on 7 more to their lead.
Bengals 19.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Warriors 70.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Went right, and that's intercepted.
The first down pass intercepted by the Texans. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. And they'll kneel this down. And he's going to take a knee. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
They give up the gut to Bigsby. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Running right is Bigsby. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Texans football.
Let's go.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Texans come away with the road win. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round.